Hello, Active Sage here on the Sage channel. Welcome back for some more singular survival. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and add some defenses to our ship. We have a few defenses, of course, up there, up top. But what we are wanting to do now is go ahead and let's switch cameras right now. I'll leave this camera right here. Ta-da, camera switched. And what we're wanting to do is just go ahead and add on some laser turrets, because I've gone ahead and turned meteorites on. I asked in the previous episode if people wanted to see those online, and most people said yes, and most people were alright with the use of a laser turrets to shoot them down. So we're going to go ahead and stick some laser turrets on board the ship as well. But first, what I'm going to go ahead and do is go into here, find our standard turrets, snowflake turrets, and just ensure they are turned on to target meteorites. Moving objects? No, meteorites. Cool. So there we go. So if we do get a Meteor Storm before we get the laser defense grid up and running, we should be alright. And we're going to start by adding the first one of these lasers. Dang, I hate that 3x3 grid thing. That is such a stupid decision on the dev's part. But let's go ahead and fly ourselves over here, I think. And we're going to actually add them to the corners of the whole ship. Since they don't have to be tied in any way, we can just stick them in here. And what all do they require? Mostly just power cells is probably the rarest thing in them. Pretty simple and straightforward. Oh, and apparently their build states are just a standard turret. We want to have some damage there too. So we're going to go ahead and fly around to every corner of the ship and add at least one of these. We might extend it out to have more than one, but for the time being we'll just have one. And this should give us, well, a vaguely somewhat surrounded defense network around the station to take out any meteorites that are coming this way. And hopefully these things are smart enough not to target our own ship if, let's say, the meteorite flies in a silly direction where it would have to hit our ship to hit it. And so that should be 3 of them. I think that was 3 right there. Oh, here's our one camera for when we're aiming the ship. We're probably going to want to move that as well to another point. That way, it'll be a little easier to aim the ship. Cool. That's all of them. Let's now go ahead and hop in the flying sausage and get all these installed, because I don't know when the first wave of meteorites might be coming. I did set it to normal, so it shouldn't be too chaotic. Let's also do a quick save, since of course disconnecting a ship is one of the scariest things I can do in this game. Okay, everything seems to have gone fine. We didn't explode into a million pieces. Oh, you know what just hit me? Cells, power cells. We have 8 right there, 8 right there, 8 right there, 7 there, and 152, so we have more than enough. For a second I was like, oh, we might run short by a few since it's 10 power cells each. But no, it looks like we will be fine. I have also been thinking we might want to go ahead and build ourselves up a new ship. Since we do now have the tiered welders and stuff, having this big flying sausage about might not be the best way to weld stuff up. It might be better to have a smaller, leaner welding ship that can weld up 1 or 2 pieces at a time. Also, since, you know, welders are a bit finicky lately anyhow. And here we come to weld up the first of them. It's actually quite interesting that the construction states seem to be pushed in a little bit, but there we go. And that would appear to be our first turret done. It's still welding. There we go. Okay, we'll stop that, hop out. Now let's just go ahead and see. Does this have any control panel on it? It doesn't appear to. That's a little bit unfortunate. And the iron virus has a functional antenna, so we should be able to just collect to, it's a flying virus. We'll rename it to the iron virus. How about that? There we go. Much better. And let's go ahead, using its system, find that laser. And let's go ahead, just laser for the time being. But let's also go ahead and tell it to target meteorites and nothing else, since they're pretty, well, they don't really do much against anything else. So there we go. Target meteorites, and let's up its range to be pretty dang good, since it's, well, very good at aiming. I see that it's got a heating thing. I wonder if there's upgrade modules for these I'm unaware of to reduce heating issues. That would be pretty dang cool. So laser turret, and we'll name the rest of them the same too, and then we'll add them to a group. There we go. Laser turret defense grid. All happy, and so now we can change all of their settings. We'll turn off those, target meteorites on, target missiles as well, so if we got enemies coming at us, since these things are so quick to target, we might actually be able to take out incoming missiles. I don't know, I've never actually tested them with that. Tested them now. Not the most reliable. Got a few shots there. Yeah, not the most... that was a good shot. Nope. Not good. And I'm going to rename them all really quick because it bugs me having spaces in there. There we go, laser turret, much better. And there we go, fixed for all of them. Much, much better, I think. Okay, let's hop in here and let's just buzz around and weld up the rest of them. Yeah, that should be pretty quick lickety-split. And there we go. That is the last one welded up. That actually didn't take too long at all. I was terrified that we'd get hit with some meteorites before we got those up, but it doesn't seem to have happened. In fact, I'm starting to think I did turn that on, right? Let's do a quick save here. It should be save number 101, I think, or maybe 2. Oh no, it's just 100, right? Because I didn't do the save numbers to match the episodes. Well, we seem alright with that anyhow. Let's go ahead. We're going to buzz up here, and I'm actually going to change out, I think, one of... You know what? We're not going to change it out. What we're going to do is actually upgrade our defensive systems up here as well. So, we're going to add in... Oh, this is going to be a little tricky. We're going to add a missile turret, I'm thinking, as well as just more Gatlings. And what this will allow us to do is have better, well, offense if we decide to attack a ship, or defense if we're attacked. I'm also going to add a laser turret. Now, of course, the thing about adding missile turrets means that we're going to, while I'm talking, reposition Sage Cam here. Ooh, and I flew it right through the whole structure. But we're going to have to be cautious about turning off our laser defense system whenever we're using our missile turrets. So we're actually going to have like 3 different groups of missiles and all this stuff here. Of turrets, that way we don't run into any trouble with them conflicting with one another. Let's go to our main cargo container. Cargo container is now full of ore. It would appear that in the previous episode, when I renamed all these ore cargo containers, I might have named the main cargo container, making my quickly finding the main cargo container a little bit more difficult than it would have been otherwise. Not ideal. Let me fix that. Alrighty, well, I've renamed most of them. I have no idea how this happened. Or apparently I've just named everything main cargo container for God knows how long. That's a bit perplexing, because usually I just have one thing named main cargo container with our components in it. Now you can see we got it pretty much sorted out for most of them aren't named main. We still have a few named main, so when we search the word main, we're going to get a few cargo containers, one of the tools, and the other 2 are sort of component storage overflow. So if this gets full, it'll flow into these 2 guys right here. So it'll all sort of be stored up. Anyway, what we're going to do now that we sorted all that out is actually grind this down and hope to Christ we have enough inventory room for it, which we don't, which is just brilliant. Drop that off in here real quick, and then go ahead and pick up the rest of them. And we're actually going to go ahead and... Did I just remember that you now need interior plates for all this? Yes, I did. So we need to grab interior plates from this. There we go. So now with the inventory full of interior plates, we're going to go ahead and head up to more. Bump, bump. And just like below, we're going to go ahead and have a forking out spot here. I'm going to plop you there, plop you here. And this is where we're, of course, going to start putting turrets onto all of this. And we're actually going to go up one more time. Dink, dink. Like so, and expand this out as well. Now, what I am thinking here is that we're basically just going to have this huge armored up heavy weapons section right up here at the top of the ship. So if ever we're attacking somebody, the idea is we're going to point sort of vaguely this area towards our enemies and just say, well, prepare to die, goodbye, it's been fun, all that jazz, and they should be annihilated. Do we have any stone still in here? We do. Yeah, why is it disappearing and reappearing? I have no idea. But anyway, that is actually very worrying. Why is it disappearing and reappearing? Yeah, we have sorters telling it to push through here. Okay, I don't know what's up with that. Let's just ignore it for now. But anyway, let's go ahead. I think it was number 7. Nope. Where did I put the turrets? They were somewhere else. We're going to put them on number 4 now. Turret. We'll grab you and you. And people did say that interior turrets work very well for taking out meteorites, but I figured, let's stick to the lasers because the lasers are damn awesome. So let's do our little tiny standard Gatling gun of fun times right here. Do we want to keep them consistent with previous ones? We haven't been too consistent with it, I guess. Let's do this. This one will face upwards, which means the control panel needs to face towards the back, like so. And then this one will face downwards towards that one. That's the sort of pattern we had previously. So like that. There we go. Then we'll do that for all of these, and then above this, we'll have, I think, 3 lasers, and then 1 missile, or something like that. So not a whole lot of missiles, for the time being at least. And I figure you've seen enough planning at this point, so we're just going to go ahead and fast forward the majority of the footage here to get all this done. You'll see I build up the other side and, well, add on everything that we think we might need. Yeah. And also upgrading our welding tools. Oh, that's just infuriating to no end, isn't it? Second stage has just crashed. Oh, sugar lumps. Here we go. Meteor Storm inbound. Meteor Storm inbound. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? There's it coming from. Alright, fingers crossed that everything will work fine. Fingers crossed everything will work fine. This looks like our first Meteor Storm. Oh, dearie. So much for fast forwarding everything. Is that them there? That's them there. Okay, there's a lot of them. There is an awful lot of them. Looks like most of them are nowhere near us. That's a good thing, I think. It's a good thing, I think. I think. Shoot them down. Yes! Laser turrets of awesomeness! Oh, man, that is cool. Oh, that is just crazy cool. Heck, they're even shooting at the ones over there. Oh, that's awesome. Why are you still firing? What are you firing at? There's nothing there anymore. Is this a glitch? By the way, I am on stable build. So it looks like this might be a glitch where they just keep on firing forever. That's not ideal. Let's see. There's the build at the bottom right. It's stable default, so this shouldn't be happening. I wonder if this happens with standard turrets too. Either way, though, at least that's been taken care of. Second stage has crashed again. Turn the laser turret defense grid off and back on. And that seems to nope, they're still firing. Okay, that's worrisome. Let's see if I go ahead and Iron Virus, laser. Turret defense grid off. That stops them on. Okay, shoot is now stuck on, apparently. Right, so that's not cool at all. Yeah. Well, it seems to have solved it, turning that off. We could always set up a timer just to shut them off every now and again, but not exactly ideal. Let me go ahead and once again reconnect second stage and reposition its camera for a third time. Of course, it's just the repositioning of the camera. This is a third time. The disconnect is the second time. Oh, and oh my god, it crashed as soon as I connect. Please kick Sinlog if you would like to help us analyze it. Alrighty, we're back. I've restarted second stage's computer completely and repositioned it all. I also did some NVIDIA upgrades to the graphics drivers, which were apparently available. Maybe that had something to do with it, maybe not, I don't know. But either way, hopefully now we can go ahead and continue with what we were doing without the massive issues that we were having previously. God, I love those lasers. They're just so dang cool. Look at that. Oh, the turrets are firing too. I really should just shut those off. There's no point in having the turrets continue to fire when we have those lasers. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we should be getting back to the fast forwarding here in a second. Yeah, it looks like the standard turrets are stopping their firing. The lasers are just keeping on, so it's gotta be something, I guess, on the mod front with those. Anyway, we'll get back to the fast forwarding in a second here. I'm just waiting for some Zinyu cores to finish, because, well, we still need about 6, well, yeah, about 6 more to get things up and running. Also, let's go ahead and select those lasers and turn that targeting thing off, shall we? And also to speed up the production of those Zinyu cores, which, by the way, I'm making those so we can have more of those upgraded welders on our little welding ship here, the Flying Sausage. I've gone ahead and made all of our refineries work on platinum, because that's the main thing holding us back. So now if we look at this, it's got 7.28, and we wait 1 second, and it's still 7.2. Ah, there we go, 7.71, so it's going up. Takes a long time to make all the stuff we need to actually have some of them done. So let's finish that up and get back to the fast forwarding, and then I'll turn the system back on and let it continue making everything it wants to make, and not just Zinyu cores. Also, notice in this footage how wonderful and stable multiplayer is being this time. It's fantastic. It's not freaking out. Never mind. And there we go. Job's done. Everything's all welded up. Great success. Well, that should have taken maybe 20 minutes, but it's taken over an hour and a half, I would say. Yeah, maybe a little longer if you count all the installing of upgrades to Windows and all that. But anyway, now that we have all that up and running, we can actually go to our control panel, select turret, iron, well, it just says snowflake turrets, doesn't it? It should now say iron virus. Iron virus GAT turrets. Ta-da! We'll actually control C that name there. I said we'll actually control see that name there. The amount of time it took doing that, we could have just gone ahead and, oh dearie dearie. And that was actually pointless, because actually what we're going to do is grab the whole name. That way we can go ahead and give these the TIM code as well, so they'll be fed the proper amount of ammo. There we go, and now they're all saved as Gatling turrets. And now we need to find the, there we go, the missile turrets. We should have 6 of these, so missile turret, and there we go. This should be all of the laser turrets added to a group as well. Save, and so now we can go ahead and set them all to the same distance. We'll turn off the idle movements, make sure target meteorites is on, and we'll toggle everything off and on to make sure everything is set up pretty much how we want it. We'll even turn on targeting small ships, because I'm pretty sure these lasers will do some pretty notable damage to small ships. That is, presuming it doesn't shoot our own small ships, which would be a bit odd, wouldn't it? Alrighty, well that is all of our turrets now set up. We now have 3 turret groups. If we just search up the word turret, then you can see a laser turret defense grid. That's the beam turret for our mining. Why are we only seeing... Oh, let's do a turrets plural. Okay, what? Alright, well, it would appear we've somehow lost our groups. The groups that I made have somehow been deleted, so that's weird. Oh, there we go. Iron virus missile turrets. Yeah, there it is right there. So, why when I search the word turret, a second ago were these not showing up? Anyway, we got all of our groups now. That's all that really matters. And then we can go ahead and turn them on and off as we see fit. And, of course, we can also go ahead and make sure their distances are all set to a nice high point. Can't wait. In fact, we can just search turrets and get them pretty easily. There we go. And we'll also turn off the idle movements on most all of these as well. And tell it not to shoot neutral stuff, since every now and again something neutral will get, oddly enough, targeted by us. There we go. Awesome. Alright, well that is that for setting all of those up. Not sure how long this episode will have been. Like I said, oh my goodness, we missed a pipe. Like I said, for me it's been quite a while. But for you, I don't know. This is probably a relatively short episode that just happened to have a lot of faff to make this simple construct. In the next episode, we'll head on to, well, I'll probably up the asteroids, meteorites, so it's a bit more dangerous for us. And I'll also finish this little pipe off screen. Actually, I'll finish it now. And there we go. There. I figured some people might be irritated if I didn't have it properly finished in this episode. So there it is. Done. We now have a pretty notable amount of weaponry up there. A lot of Gatling turrets. So if something comes at us, not necessarily from directly above the iron virus, but from like right where we are right now, it's going to have quite a few turrets hitting it. And we should be pretty dang safe from any meteorites that decide to fly at us. Like I said, in the next episode, we'll probably go ahead and add some cargo containers up there, bulk that up a bit, and then work on maybe expanding the solar field. I don't know how exactly it'll all work out. I have a lot of plans for expanding this ship a lot before we actually finally go ahead and take ourselves off to Mars to get the final monolith and then on to our, well, final destination, the alien planet, where we're just planning to sit about. Anyway, that is that. Thanks a bunch for watching, guys and gals, and I shall see you all next time. Ta-ta! Save and quit before meteorites come.